Namo Arhantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Airiyanam, Namo Vajjayanam, Namo Loe Sabasahunam. Eso Panchanamo Yaro Sav Pava Panasano Mangalanam Cha Savesim Padhamam Hoi Mangalam. Okay, so in the last class we had seen what is Namokar Mantra, why is it such a great mantra, and what are the reasons behind this mantra being one of the most greatest mantras of all times. Let's just have a look over what we have studied in the previous class. Okay, so Namokar Mantra, you can see this, that Namokar Mantra has been indicated in this particular idol. The Namo Arhantaram is at the head, Namo Siddhanam is on the shoulders, Namo Airiyaram is on the chest part, near the stomach and the abdomen, the part is Uvachayadam, and near the legs, it is Namo Loe Sahudam. This is also used that way. Moving on, this is the Namokar mantra that we know, and what it means is, it means we bow to all Arhantas, Siddhas, Acharyas, Upadhyayas of the world. So this is what it means. There are two types of Manglacharan. There are two types of these preludes. One is called as Nibaddha Manglacharan and the other one is called as Anibaddha Manglacharan. Nibaddha Manglacharan is the one which has been used for a couple of years, or we don't know where it started. So it is continuously going on. Whereas Anibaddha Mangal is the one which is fresh, a fresh written, which has not, which does not has any other previous use anywhere else. So that way, Namokar Mantra is an uh, it's a Anibaddha Mangal. Anibaddha Mangal means sorry, it's a Nibaddha Mangal. Nibaddha Mangal means it was not previously used anywhere else. So it was for the first time written in this Dhavla book, I mean Shatkhandava. Moving on, we had seen there are 5 Parmeshthis in Namokar Mantra: Arhant, Siddh, Acharya, Upadhyaya, and Sadhu. And what it means is Arhantas are gods with body, Siddhas are gods without body, Acharyas are the leaders of the monk federation, teachers are Upadhyayas, and the students are Sadhus. We had also seen some very important questions which are quite covered whenever we talk about this Namokar Mantra, that whose idol is there in the temple, Arhantas or Siddhas, who is greater, Arhanta or Siddha, why Arhantas are bowed before Siddhas. So there are particular set of questions which we had seen in the previous class. I just asked this one small question, that why are Arhantas bowed before Siddhas, so that we can have a good revision of the class. I'd request somebody to please raise their hands and answer the question for me. Why are Arhantas bowed before Siddhas? What's the answer to that question? Okay, one hand. Anybody else? Okay, these hand is also up. Okay, but I'll have Jana first. Yes, Jana.
Yeah. So Arihantas about before Siddhas because they're not greater than Siddhas, but the Arihantas are the souls that we bow down because it's pointed towards our head. So that's why.
Oh, I think that fact I had shared only today, not in the previous classes. So I won't take that. But still, yeah, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you. Let's have somebody else also give in their views. We have Neha Shah answering the question.
Jaychand, I think that Arhantas are bowed before Siddhas because we can learn from them.
Yeah, we had learned moksha marg from them. We'd learned the way to actual happiness, because of them. And also we have learned that why siddhas are great. We have never seen siddhas and we cannot see siddhas also. But it is by the virtue of arhantas that we know that there are siddhas which are greater than them. Are you understanding the point what I'm saying? I'm saying that the existence of Siddha is told to us by Arhantas. That is a very important point to why do we bow in front of Arhantas? And because of Arhantas we have Jinmani, because of Arhantas we have all the acharyas and sadhus. So all the complete five parmeshthis are known because of Arhantas, and hence we bow down to Arhantas. This is the basic concern why Arhantas are bowed before Siddhas. Am I clear? Am I clear, everybody? Okay. Thank you, Arav. Okay, let's move on. What do we become before Siddha? So before Siddha, it is Arhanta. Before Arhanta, it's Sadhu. Before Sadhu, it's Upadhyay. Can be Upadhyay, and before Upadhyay, it can be or maybe Acharya. So that's the basic ladder to Siddha. This is how we had seen about Namokar Mantra. So the division of five Parmeshthis is also done in two ways, the Dev and the Guru. We had seen it. And what is the basic purpose that we are understanding about five Parmeshthis? The only reason behind that is after knowing them, we'd be able to treat the path that they have taken and shown to us by which we can attain real happiness. So this was an important point. What is true happiness? So a real happiness is, one, it should be true. Second, it should be independent. Three, it should be indefinite. It should be infinite. And the fourth one, it should be non-sensory. So that those are the four most important aspects of real happiness. Moving on, there's a very famous praise to Namokar Mantra, which is Eso Panch Namo Yaro Savva Pava Panasano Mangalanam Cha Savvesim Panhamam Hoi Mangalam. What it means is this Panch Namaskar Mantra or this Namokar Mantra destroys all the sins of the world, and among all the Mangals, its ranking is the foremost or the topmost ranking. Why? Because Mangal means the one which destroys sins, and Mangal means which gives us happiness. So both the meanings are confined with five Parmeshthis, and hence we bow to those five Parmeshthis. We had seen some quick facts who had written. So first is the answer is because the Panch Parmeshthis are eternal, hence it is eternal. And the formulation is done by Acharya Bhutbali in the book called Shatkhandagam. It's the Manglacharan of Shatkhandagam. So it is the first verse written in Namokar Mantra. When was it written? It was written in the 1st century. Language was Prakrit, and the type of verse was Gatha. We are also seeing that there are five positions or five pad which are bowed in it. You already know it by the name of Parmeshthi. And then the total number of akshar is 35 and the total number of mantra is 58. Now we are trying to understand how it is so that it has 35 letters. So I'd request all of you to please have a look over this over the screens. Now, Namo Arihantanam. Namo Arihantanam. Okay, sorry. it should be Namo Arihantanam. Yeah, Namo Arihantanam. So Na is 1, Mo is 2, Ma is 2, A is 3, Ri is 4, Ha is 5, Ta is 6, and Nam is 7. So that way there are these 7 letters, akshar, in this particular Namo Arihantanam. Hasmukh Bhai wants to say something. Oh, I think not. Okay. The second is Namo Siddharam and Namo Airiyanam. Yes, Arav? Oh, nothing. Okay. Now again, Namo has the 8th and 9th one. Yes, Arav?
Miss, sir, the signs are only 37, not 58.
Oh, but the syllables are 58 and the letters are 35. Just have a look over it here. Yeah, the akshar is 35 and the mantra is 58. Akshara is nothing but letters. And in the next slide, we'll see mantras, which are called as syllables, so which are 58. So let's just have a look one after the other. And once I finish it, we can have questions about this. So Namo Siddharam. Namo is again 2. Siddharam. Si, Dha, Na, Nam. So again, 3. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that way, Namo Siddharam has 5 letters. Namo Airiyanam. Namo Airiyanam has 7 letters. Namo to A, I, Ri, Ya, Nam. So that way, these are 5 plus 2. So 7 it is. Where is my this thing? How am I going to use my my pen or something? I'm unable to look at it. Fine, let it be. So Namo Vajhayaram has Namo to U Va Jha Ya Nam. So 5 it is. So 5 plus 2 is again 7. Namo Vajhayaram is 7. And Namo Loe Sav Sahudam. Now this has Namo to Loe to Sav to Sahudam 3. So that way Namo Arihantadam has total of 7. Namo Siddharam has a total of 5. Namo Airiyanam has a total of 7. Namo Uvajhayaram also, no, not also. Yeah, it also has the total of 7. And Namo Loe Savisahuram, this has a total of 9. So that way 9 plus 7 plus 7 plus 5 plus 7 will give you 35. So this way the total number of letters is 35. Okay, now let's have a look over the syllables. The syllables, you'll have to be very particular to understand syllables, right? Now, this is not the counting. In this, we'll count at the end of it. Can you see it here? Yeah, you can see it here. Okay. So, Na is 1, Mo is 2, is 1, Ri is 1, Han, because of Han, Ha and Na, it is 2. Ta, because Ta is 1, Ta is 2, Nam is again 2. So the total comes out to be 11. In the same way, Namo Siddhanam and Namo Airiyanam. Na is 1, Mo is 2, Siddh is again 2, Dha is 2, Nam is 2, Na is 1, Mo is 2, I is again 2 because it is, Dirgh, it is long. E is small, so 1. Ri is single. Ya is again long, so it is 2. And Nam is again 2. So that comes out to be 20. Next is Namo Uvajhayanam. So again, the same way. Namo you already know. U Uvajhayanam. U is small. U and U. There are 2 types of U's. So U is 1, Vaj is 2, Jha is again 2, Ya is again 2, and Nam is again 2. So that way 12. And Namo Loe Savya Sahudam. In the end, this comes out to be 16 or 15. There are, there are different sets of rules which I actually cannot explain you well. So that way, A is considered to be 2, but sometimes it is also considered in Prakrit as 1. So once you consider it 1, it becomes 15, and hence the total comes out to be 58. So 59, 58, that's the basic answer to this particular thing. If you had understood this, then I request all of you to do the same thing, the letter and the syllable thing for, where did it go? Where did Eso Panch Namo go? I think, yeah, it's here. For this particular mantra, you'll have to give me the counting of the letters and the counting of the syllables. So that's a small homework for all of you. If you were unable to understand the differentiation of the letters and the syllable, I'd like to, help a little in that. So that's that. Let's move on. There are other names to Namokar Mantra. Was this point clear? The syllable point and the letter point. I just asked this to somebody so that I'll have a good view. Yeah. Hello, Aran. Jai Janendra.
Hello, Jijinin.
Was this syllable and letter part clear to you?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'd like to have a look over your homework also.
What was the homework?
Eso Panch Namo Yaro. For that particular mantra, you have to tell me the number of letters and the number of syllables. Okay. Thank you. I'll ask this to somebody else as well. I did not understand the letters and okay. Janav said that he did not understand. So I'll have a particular question from him so that I'll be able to understand what part did he not understand. Yes, Janav.
I didn't really get the akshara, the letters thing, because and or the mantra thing.
Okay, fine. Do you know Hindi letters? A, E, E,
No.
U, U, K, K, G, G. Okay, fine.
No.
Okay, I think your family people might help you a little in this. So basically, okay, now remove the vowels in it and just look at the letters. Okay, the extra vowels, those vowels which are connected with the consonants. For that, you have to consider 1. And those vowels which are written without the consonants will be considered as 1. Okay. So na is N and A. So A is with the consonant, so it will be considered 1. Mo, again, O is with M, so it will be considered 1. So that way, if you keep on counting, now there comes Arihantanam. So this A is not with any consonant. So this will be counted as 1. Now R and I. So I is with R, so it will be counted as 1, not 2. Her is again the same thing. N is, because it is all alone, it will not be counted. Now T and A, so again it will be counted as 1. And N and A, again it will be counted as 1. So that way it becomes 7. Just have a look over it. So afterwards also you can have a look over it. Okay, in the syllables, what we are doing is we are trying to understand wherever we have to sing or speak it in a longer stretch, it is counted as 2. And when it is not counted as long enough, it is counted as 1. So like na and na. So na is counted as 1 and na is counted as 2. So wherever you are stretching a particular syllable, it is counted as 2, and where you are not stretching it, it is called as 1. This is a differentiation between the raswa and the dirgh part. You just try the homework, maybe you'll get it. If not, we'll have it some other time as well. Okay. So Namokar Mantra has different other names. So like Namokar Mantra is one name. There are 4 other names to Namokar Mantra as well. The first other name is Mool Mantra. Now, why is it called as Mool Mantra? Because all the other mantras, be it in the verse form, like in the poetry form or in the paragraph form, everything was written after Namokar Mantra. So this is the foremost mantra written, and hence it is called as the Mool Mantra. Okay. Now the third name to it is Panch Namaskar Mantra. Panch Namaskar, because 5 different positions are bowed, and hence it is called as Panch Namaskar. It bows 5 supreme souls, hence it is called as Panch Namaskar. Panch means 5 and Namaskar means bowing. Now Maha Mantra, the fourth name to it is Maha Mantra. Why is it called as Maha Mantra? Because it is the greatest mantra ever written in the history of any philosophical text. Why? Because it doesn't ask you for any desires. It doesn't helps you to fulfill desires, because desires can never be fulfilled. So that way, no worldly desires are expressed in it. The desire to know yourself, the desire to understand yourself, yes, that is considered. And the fifth name is Anadi Nidhan Mantra. Anadi means which was never created, and Nidhan means Anidhan means which will never die. So this is called as Anadi Nidhan Mantra. So it existed since eternity, and it will exist till eternity. Hence it is called as Anadi Nidhan Mantra, because the world has never been created and nor will be destroyed. Hence and also the 5 Parmeshthis were never created, and so they will never be destroyed. So that way we say that this is an Anadi Nidhan Mantra. You might have a question that how do you say that the world wasn't created? Or we all know about Big Bang theory or something. So a very common answer to that question, I think I had answered that question previously also. The answer to that question is, if you say that before 13.7 billion years ago, there was a small, epoch particle, or, it is also called as the primitive atom. So that primitive atom came from nothing. If you say that, the question is, why did nothing generate that particular something? If there was nothing previously, so it should have been nothing always. Why this change all of a sudden happened? So we only have one answer to that question, that if we consider nothing to be eternal, why not something to be eternal? Hence, why not everything to be eternal? So this way, we consider that this Namokar Mantra is eternal, which means it was never created and will never be destroyed. In the words format, in the verse format, in the poetry format, yes, it was written, but then the people or the types of positions which are bowed in it, which was never created and not destroyed, so they will always be there. So that way, this is also called as Anadi Nidhan Mantra. Okay. Now, the next question that we have is, what are the benefits of knowing this Namokar Mantra? So I think Aran has told me some of the benefits in my previous class. So I'm just repeating what we had said. The benefits of knowing Namokar Mantra is, the first one is, it destroys Moh Rag Dvesh. Now, what are Moh Rag Dvesh? These are those things which are making us go into this sansar, and these are those things which are creating the world, by which this world works. So this is what is called as Moh Rag Dvesh. Moh means delusion. Delusion means forgetting yourself and considering something else to be what you are. So like, considering that this body is me, this is called as moha. Rag means attachment and dvesh means aversion. So that way, the benefits of knowing Namokar Mantra is it destroys moh, rag, dvesh. The second benefit is it destroys all sins. So there are two answers to this question. First one is, if you keep on, thinking, self-realizing with the help of Namokar Mantra, in the future, all your sins will be destroyed. And the second benefit is, in case if you recite Namokar Mantra by putting all your brains and all your hearts to it, so the very moment you recite it with all your heart, no sins will be committed, and hence no sins, because no sins are being created, hence we say that they are destroyed. Next, if you keep on understanding Namokar Mantra and those 5 Parmeshthis, you will tend to understand that the real path to success, so I think the real path to happiness, so actual happiness can be attained by this Namokar Mantra. And the last one is, it leads to right knowledge. Because all these 5 Parmeshthis are, maybe living in the world, the 4 Parmeshthis are living in the world and still detached, we can also, while living in the world, understand the real, depth of what is soul, how am I in all these situations, and why am I suffering whatever I am suffering in life, and what's actual suffering and what is actual happiness. Both the things could be understood, and this is what is called as right knowledge. Now, how these benefits will be attained? So there is only one way for this. By knowing them, by knowing these 5 Parmeshthis and treating the path that they have shown to us. So whatever path they have chosen for their lives, the similar path if we take, we'll also be able to experience the amount of happiness that they are experiencing right now. We can also experience the same kind of happiness. Now, you must be wondering why this Namokar Mantra is, is the thing that we are talking about. There are several other mantras also in the world. So why this Namokar Mantra? What is the grandeur of this Namokar Mantra? So we have a small answer to that question as well. The first and the foremost part is, it doesn't demand anything. Generally, if you read other mantras of any other philosophy also, they will keep on talking about, I bow to the sun so that I can have his light. I bow to, Indra so that I can have wealth in my house. I bow to, some other deity so that I can have those worldly benefits. This mantra doesn't talk about any worldly desires and any worldly demands. Why? Because if you keep on fulfilling the desires of the world, you will never be able to understand who you are. These worldly desires can only benefit your body and not the soul. And hence, we need to understand that there is a big differentiation between fulfilling your worldly desires and fulfilling your internal, the real happiness that comes from within you. So this is how we differentiate between the two. No one is individually bowed in it. No one is individually bowed in it, which means I'm not talking about somebody called Ram or somebody called Hanuman or somebody called Mahavir or maybe for that matter Simandhar or anybody. So why this Namokar Mantra is so great, that because we are not talking about a particular individual, you will not have a situation that you can talk bad about that particular thing. Whenever we talk about some individualistic aspects, like you look at me, you can have both the feelings. Oh, I like this face. Oh, I do not like this face. But with Namokar Mantra as a position, this is not the situation. Arhant is a position. It's not an individual. So individuals can attain that Arhant situation. That is a different point. But still, the position is a position, and once we understand about that position, definitely our intention towards looking at Namokar Mantra changes. We do not look at Namokar Mantra as, Mahavir Bhagwan or as any other deity. We only look at this Namokar Mantra as attaining these situations. And as we keep on attaining these situations, these positions, will be able to climb the ladder of real happiness. Yes, Chana?
So basically, the Namokar mantra. So no, not the Namokar mantra. The Panch Parmeshwar, Arihant, Siddha, Sadhu, Acharya, and like we like individuals can achieve, not like any other. Hello?
Actually, your voice was breaking, so I couldn't listen to your question. Could you please repeat?
Oh yeah, sorry, it came up with my hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. So what I was trying to say is, the Panch Parmesh, like Acharya, Sadhu, like the Panch Parmeshi, they're just positions, aren't they? That
Yes.
we individuals can go to.
Yes. So whosoever has attained that situation,
So
that
that's why the
position.
Namokar mantra is.
Yes, yes. So whosoever has attained that particular position, we bow to them. So we actually bow to individuals,
Yeah.
but these are not, the individual part is not important. The part, what is important is the position, the stage. I've used another word for it. Just have a look over this. My annotation is not working, so maybe I can't highlight and tell you. Look at the third point. Rather, a stage of enlightenment is bowed. So that particular stage of enlightenment is important and not an individual. So while we look at the individual, we might have all the mixed emotions with it. But when you look at the position, you will see that, why Arhant is so important, why Acharya is so important, why Sadhu is so important. So the only reason why they are important is because of the stage of enlightenment they have attained, and we also wish to have that stage of enlightenment, and hence we bow to them. It's like you love cricket, and because you like cricket so much, you have a poster of any cricketer in your house. So that poster, you might like to style yourself up like the way that person does, but then your basic intention is not to look like him, but to play like him. So in the same way, Arhan, Siddha, Acharya, Upadhyay, Sadhu are nothing like, we'd like to look like them. It's just that we want to attain that level of happiness, which they have already reached at, which they have already, attained. So in other words, we are bowing nothing but Vitarag Vijnanata. So once we understand this part, everything else will come up. What is Vitarag Vijnanata? So that, like we had seen, the Namokar mantra destroys Moh Rag Dvesh. So the one who destroys all Moh Rag Dvesh becomes a Vitaragi and Vijnani. And this is what is called as Vitarag Vijnanata. And this is what is the grandeur of Namokar mantra. So in case if you have any other questions, it's okay. The last point that I want to cover is, there are few certain facts that I'd like to share with Namokar mantra. I think you might have all heard about Om. Okay, Aaron wants to say something. Yes, Aaron?
I know the Om, it has all the five Paramestis in it because it has one letter of all the five Paramestis named Arihant, Siddha, Acharya, Upadhyay, and Sadhu. It has all of the letters combined, all of those names combined makes Om.
Acha, so which letter are you going to use for Siddhas? As there is an S in Siddha and there is no S in Om. Okay, no problem. The letter is, sorry, just a second. You were muted.
So the letter it isn't be S, but it can be Om, so it can be A
It
maybe.
is
The
it is
O.
A. Yeah, it's
It
A.
can be
It is the A of Asharir. Okay, great. No problem. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Jana, you wanted to say something? There's some problem with the interface, I guess. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to unmute Janav. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So my question was that the Om. So what I'm thinking is the Sadhu. Siddha is that like the top bit.
Yeah.
And then Acharya is the like the start of that 3.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I could understand your question again. Because your voice was breaking. And you are also having a good time.
Your
with
Jana,
voice
you
is
can,
really cut off, but
Jana,
Yeah,
your
is-
voice is breaking badly. If can you ask your mama to drop in the WhatsApp group, and Sayamji should be able
Yeah.
to answer it.
okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, both of you. So yeah, in the end, I'd just say that symbol Om has all the 5 Parmeshti in it. And about symbols, we are going to begin our next week. So in the next week, we are going to talk about symbols, the Jain symbols. So in that, we'll cover Om. So no problem. In case if you know about it, well and good, you'll have a revision of it. And if not, you'll know about it as well. So this is a certain information about it. I just want to share one more information about Namokar Mantra. As you know that Namokar Mantra was written in Shatkhandagam. Shatkhandagam, for the first time it was written in Shatkhandagam by Acharya Bhutbali. And you might have heard about several stories of Namokar Mantra. Like there was one story of Subhom Chakravarti. Subhom Chakravarti was a Chakravarti, and the story was something like this: that one day he ordered his chef to make खीर को क्या कहते हैं? I think
Okay. Pudding.
खीर को हिंदी में
Pudding.
इंग्लिश में क्या?
Rice pudding.
Rice pudding.
Acha, okay, pudding, yeah, pudding. Thank you. Rice pudding or any pudding it can be. It can be of a wheat pudding. It can be of any other pudding as well. So pudding it is. So he asked his chef to make a pudding. So he was in a very hurry and he was very hungry. So as soon as the chef came and gave the pudding to him, it was very hot. So the moment he ate it, it was so that the Chakravarti was very much devastated about it, and he threw that very hot pudding on the face of the chef. Now, because the pudding was very hot and he did not take care of the cook died. And as soon as he died, because Ati Sanklesha Bhavate, what was that? In the Chadhala, we had seen it. Kabhi akam nirjara kare bhavanat trik mein suratan dhare. So because of this akam nirjara, that he stopped his desires and he thought of thinking about what has happened and how this has happened. I was very good about it, and something wrong must have happened with the king. So he went to Devlok. So he became a heavenly being. Now after becoming a heavenly being, he thought of taking revenge from this particular Subhom Chakravarti. So he came back and he asked him to have a particular fruit, because Subhom Chakravarti was so much into his taste sense. He was very much excited over his taste senses. So he gave him a fruit and asked him to, have it. So after having that particular fruit, Subham Chakravarti, somebody wants to say something. Yes, Aran.
Your voice was breaking, so we didn't understand what you were saying.
Okay, okay, I'm trying my best. Okay, so what happened after that is basically the king asked that where can I get this fruit from? So the Dev, the hellish being, the heavenly being, asked him to accompany him to a place where he will get that fruit. So okay, they both sat on a boat and traveled across the sea. And once they were traveling, they said the Dev, the heavenly being, said that if you write down Namokar Mantra in the water and remove it with your legs, like just wave it in the water through your legs. If you wipe it away or remove it from the water, you will get a door which will take you to a place where this fruit will be available. So Shubham Chakravarti thought that, why did this happen? And wiping out Namokar Mantra in the water, even though in the water is bad, but still his taste buds were so much activated that he thought that it's okay. I'm only going to write something in the water. It will fade away, in a fraction of seconds, and then I'll wave away my, leg uh, at the above of it. So what happened after this? As soon as he wrote Namokar Mantra and put his feet out of the boat to wipe it out, he fell down into the sea and he went to the seventh Narak. So this is a small story which was explained in Namokar with the praising of Namokar Mantra, that it is such a great mantra. If you do not take aboard to this mantra and take it very lightly, bad things are going to happen to them. So my intention of telling you the story was not that, not to make you fearful about Namokar Mantra. It's not something like magic. If you, say it badly or bad things are going to happen to it. We should be very curious with whatever we are saying. Okay. So, my only intention was, in Shatkhandagam, this story is not available. In Shatkhandagam, this story is not available. This story is just a made up story, or, it's just a small thing to make us understand the greatness of Namokar Mantra. Rather, Shatkhandagam talks about a very different thing of this Namokar Mantra. Why is there a Namokar Mantra? Why Mangalacharan is required? What are the reasons that somebody does Mangalacharan? Who can write a Mangalacharan? Why are scriptures written? These are certain questions which are answered in Shatkhandagam. So my only concern to tell you that this Namokar Mantra is such an extreme prestige Namokar Mantra that there is no demand asked in it, and so there are no refutations also in Namokar Mantra. All these stories are just to, tell the students to enjoy it, to understand it, to relish the actual meaning of Namokar Mantra. These are not true. The only true thing with Namokar Mantra is whatever we had understood by far. We had understood that Namokar Mantra has 5 Parmeshti. Why these 5 Parmeshti? Because they live for actual real happiness. And we all want actual happiness. That's the basic bottom line of Namokar Mantra. All the other things are extremely unnecessary and only for, small kids, maybe even younger to you. For them, stories might be interesting or such thing. These are not facts. So we should consider it this way. That's the only thing which I extra wanted to add. Janav, you still want to say something? Okay. So this is what was my analysis of Namokar Mantra. I hope you might have understood it and enjoyed it. In the next class, we're going to talk about Jain symbols. So I'll hope to see you soon with that. If there are any questions regarding Namokar Mantra, we'd like to have it. Yes, Janav?
When is the next class?
I think we had. I think it is on Tuesday, and
When is the next class?
yeah, I heard your question.
Janav, all the information is shared in the WhatsApp group, so you should be able to check there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and the answer is I think Monday and Friday. Yeah, thanks. So, any other questions about Namokar Mantra, or we would be done with it? Okay, fine. So we are done with it. Thank you very much, everybody. Jai Jinendra, and have a great time.
Thank you, Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra, Jai Jinendra. Jai Jinendra, everybody. Jai Jinendra, Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra. Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra, sir.